Hello, Kurt Cruz.
Hello, Jen Pirek. It is Curt and Jen, and we have survived another Cinco de Mayo. Is that correct?
Yeah. Did you celebrate at all?
No. Well, um, how do you celebrate? I mean, we let me see. Did we celebrate?
How
I
do
did
you
not have
celebrate?
margarita.
How about you just have some Mexican food?
Okay, then we didn't celebrate.
You did not?
Not
I made
really.
I made I made enchiladas. We had some homemade guacamole. We
Oh,
did
I
not
knew
have
you would go all
margaritas.
out.
It was a school night. We couldn't be drinking.
Oh, okay.
So we
Well,
just we played it straight, but it was fun.
well, here's the deal too. You're over the weekend, and still you are at your hot firefighter boyfriend Pat's his trailer in Cedro Woolley,
Yeah,
Washington.
he yep, in Cedro Woolley up north. Cedro, Washington, way up north, just like 30 minutes from the border.
So, and I'm noticing your voice is not quite as strong as it usually is.
Well, here's the deal. I probably need to get some video of this to share because I've done this for a very long time.
Is-
Whenever I go by some cows and I know and I can see them coming and I'm on the right side of the car, like I have to be in on the side that they're on. I can't, it's hard to like throw my
Go
voice
across the
over.
vehicle.
Right.
Yes.
I moo at them because I believe that I am speaking their language. I used to love cows so, so much. Like I had a cow picture in my room, like in my house. I had little Mary Moo Moos, which are little cow figurines everywhere. So I'm
Okay.
one with the cows. So
You're one with the cows.
I moo at them, and up in Cedro Woolley, it's like farm country up here.
Right, right.
And so there's a lot of mooing. So I think I've strained my vocal cords mooing because it's not just like a moo. No, I'm loud. You want me to try? You want me to show you?
I'm sure if you can.
If I'm gonna wake up Pat, he's
Don't
still
hurt
sleeping.
yourself.
I'm gonna not do it as loud. It's so
That's
loud
all you
though.
got left.
And here's how I know if it's worked is they turn to me and
Of
they
course they
do.
turn to you. Somebody just went "Bleh" at them. Hmm.
And so try it sometime and watch the cows turn. And the ones that turn are like, I hear you. I'm speaking your language. Thanks for speaking mine.
Well, as
And
far as the language goes, you're just saying moo. You're not going. "Rrrr."
ooh,
That's
that's
their
a good
language.
moo.
Yeah. You have
No,
to go
it's a
do
moo.
that. Don't go moo.
No, I moo. Really?
Isn't that like a human saying to another human words
Here's something.
speaking?
Here is something that's never happened when I moo, though.
What's that?
So my friends Carrie and Randy came up for the weekend at
Right.
into Cedro Woolley in their trailer, and I was like, okay, we got to moo at the cows. So they're like, I don't even know what you're talking about, but I mooed, and the cows ran away. They like turned and ran. Four cows plus a little calf
Mm-hmm.
turned and ran. I scared them.
I'm starting to think maybe you are talking to them then. You must have said something mean or nasty
I don't know. And
to the cows.
maybe it was a foreign moo. I don't
Well,
know.
that
I don't
is,
know, but they ran, and that made me so sad because my intention is not to scare them; it's to talk to them and then wave. As soon as they turn, I'm like, "Hi, I see you."
well, I like that you are one with the cows. That in and of itself, I think, is awesome. And that's the strangest explanation ever for losing your voice, by the way.
I know, I
You can say,
know.
I went to a game. I was at the Mariners game, or
No,
more
it
likely
was
a
not that. I was
Seahawks
talking
game.
to the cows, is what was
Okay.
happening.
I
I
had
want
to
I want to
go
say
ahead.
Happy Nurses Day to the nurses out
Yeah,
there. I mean, it's hard job. So I know
it
a
is a
couple
tough job.
nurses, and I just yeah, to all
And
you
thank you
nurses
so
out
much for
there,
what you do. Absolutely.
yeah, thank you for taking care of all of us and
I
becoming.
had to re-explain why I have a black eye. Was it a black eye when I did it? Can you see it now?
Oh, oh, I feel like it is way worse. You
Yeah.
you started with just a cut and now it's like a full-on black eye.
Yeah, I told you it was some serious stuff, though it's not really. For those who think that my wife Dana finally got wise and put me right, that is not what happened. It's just a kickback from using it wasn't even a power drill. It was a one of those oh, I can't think of what it's called right now. The driver, you know,
Yeah.
and it just I was working on some stuff and it kicked back and hit me in the eye, and that's my explanation, and I'm sticking with it because
Is
it's
your
true.
vision okay?
Yeah, vision is fine, but somebody did text in or wrote in and said, "What's going on with your eye, dude?" So it occurred to me, if you hadn't heard that exact podcast rather, then you might not know. And so, yes, my wife does not beat me. Neither does the dog, the beagle, although I think she'd like to. It's just a simple injury because we were comparing it to the number of injuries that your boyfriend has, and he is always working with his hands and power tools and
Yeah.
massive power tools. It's enviable how much. I mean, he has like earth movers and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I don't have any of
he
that.
has tractors and backhoes
Right.
and scissor
So
lifts and he has all the things.
thanks for the concern. My eyes is going to be fine, but it's quite a shiner, huh? I didn't even
Yeah,
notice that
it's a
myself.
good
So,
one. It is a good
um,
one.
what did you do for the weekend while you were up there?
Well, I discovered a new speakeasy, which I love so much. So if you ever find yourself in Mount Vernon, Washington, like
Hmm.
maybe after you go to the Tulip Festival in April, because that happens every year, but or do it before that because we've already just passed that.
Right.
Revival Lounge. It's so awesome. Good vibe,
Okay.
amazing drinks. The bartenders are great. Um, I mean, of course, I'm still true to my favorite crowbar in Bothell with Cameron.
Yeah,
But
but you're
this is a
always
good one.
when you're out and about, you got to find places in
It's a
every
good
little
one.
town.
It's a good one.
Hmm.
So Curt, you and Dana will have to make your way up here and we'll have to go together. I also, Macy and I had my daughter Macy, 14-year-old. I'm always going to take time when she wants to. We sat and watched a movie on Friday night. So we had movie girl movie night and we watched The Idea of Us. It's the new Netflix movie with Anne Hathaway. Loved it.
Mm.
So cute. Good chick
Yeah, I think I
flick.
saw a bit of. Is it about he's much younger than she is, and they're dating,
And
and
he's in a boy band. Yes,
oh, well, that adds to the drama, doesn't it?
it does. And I was gonna watch Unfrosted on Netflix with Jerry
Hmm.
Seinfeld, but here's what I think we should do, Curt, have a Pop-Tart party and watch the
Okay.
movie.
Yeah,
I love
a Pop-Tart
Pop-Tarts.
party.
Toasted
Any
with butter on
excuse.
it. Yes.
Okay, with butter on it. Yes,
Right.
I didn't. We didn't have that exciting of a weekend here. I did. Let me see. Besides
Oh no, Curt, you're frozen. Why? What is going on? Curt's frozen.
lots of people, they actually look pretty good. I don't know if the disco clothes that they wore were actually the same as the disco clothes from the era. I doubt that they were. They were probably like me, and they went to that local store Amazon and got a nice little disco suit. But it was a lot of fun. Raised a lot of money. And
Okay,
other than
Curt,
that,
say
what do I
who it
remember from
was
the
again
weekend?
because can you hear me okay? My
Oh,
internet, I just got a big flash on my computer that says your internet connection is unstable. And so the
that's
first
because
part of your
you're
story
way out in the sticks.
I heard the disco party theme
Right.
and everyone
It
was
was
dressed
at
up disco, which I love so much, but it was a
our
fundraiser.
Our Lady of Fatima School is where it was.
And where?
Lovely Magnolia.
Magnolia, a little
Hmm.
suburb of Seattle.
Yes.
I love
And
that.
then besides that, I rewound the line, the string in the weed trimmer. How exciting is that?
Is that like the weed whacker?
It's a weed whacker, yes.
Okay, I'm just
Or some
making
people
sure.
call it a weed eater. And then I've wondered, well, when you're done using that, is it that you weed ate, or
No,
did you weed
and it
eated?
doesn't eat the weeds because if it ate the weeds would be totally gone out of the
If
ground, and
you're
they're not.
using a weed eater and you're finished, then you weed ate, right?
I weed ate this weekend.
That's what I think it is. It
I
should
love
be.
it.
We had mentioned before stuff coming up in the show today. We're going to cover things like what are you bringing from your home state to give someone from out of town, which I think is a great little subject there. And then you found this too, Jen. I think this is interesting. 3 forms of movement your body needs.
Yeah.
Going to throw in
I
a
only do
couple of,
one of those, Curt. One of the
well,
three.
so far, but now you're going to know you got to do 2 more, right?
Yes. Yeah.
You got some resume hacks as well.
I do.
All right.
It's a good one. I saw it on TikTok.
And things that make people more attractive, which is not a black eye. I
But
should take my glasses
but
off so
let's
everybody can see.
start with
Ooh.
the most popular beverage in Washington State. Cocktail, I should say. The most
Oh,
popular
okay.
cocktail in
Well,
Washington
don't tell
State.
me yet. Don't tell
Okay,
me yet.
it's also the most popular cocktail in 30 other states and in Canada. Can you guess what it is?
The most popular cocktail in Washington State, and you also said those other states in Canada.
30 other states.
Uh,
Channel your inner
Mojito.
yesterday.
It's mojito.
No. Channel your inner yesterday. It's
Cinco
with
de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo.
A margarita?
Yes, that surprised
Really?
me. Yeah, but maybe because of Cinco de Mayo.
Well, it's certainly popular on Cinco de Mayo, but you know what?
Right.
That's kind of a go-to drink for me. It's unless it's because they're so sugary. If you don't want something that sweet, but is that the right description? Sweet? I think it is for me at least.
Yeah,
But I sure do
tequila
like
makes
them.
yeah, but tequila makes me have bad dreams, so I can't always have the margaritas.
Yeah.
So,
And well, who's the country singer that also says tequila makes her clothes come off? So that's another downside.
that is, I forget who that is. I forget. But there is a song that's this is titled exactly that. Um,
So the margarita for 30 other states in Canada and Washington state is the most popular
Cocktail. That's all I have for
cocktail.
that. I just wanted to share that with you because I love a good cocktail.
Well, perhaps it's just that we sell and drink so many on Cinco de Mayo, it makes up for the rest of the year and all those
Uh,
other drinks.
Real quick about the drinks. How do you take your margarita? Is it blended? Is it on ice?
Usually on ice with the salt on the rim.
Salt on the rim for sure, and I love it
Mhm.
blended like a Slurpee.
Yeah, I was going to say because then it's almost
Yeah,
like a special a sweet treat. It's a Slurpee.
that's right.
Um, so you'd
The,
also mentioned what
the
did The Rock
Rock.
do? Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He did because he's
Yes.
always doing good things and saving lives and stuff like
Kurt,
that.
this makes me like I love that people know that they're not too famous, not too big to do kind things.
Right.
And Dwayne The Rock Johnson, who is the main voice in the movie Moana, the Disney movie
Hmm.
Moana.
Hmm.
There was a school in New York that is primarily kids with disabilities. And I don't even know, that doesn't even matter ultimately. But every year they do a musical, and the school gets to vote on what musical that they are going to perform. And one of the choices this year was Moana.
Okay.
So one of the teachers put a little instant message into Dwayne The Rock Johnson that said, "Hey, this is what's
Oh
happening.
no.
The winning vote is Moana. Would you be willing to record something to announce that that's the winning musical?" And he did it.
Wow.
I mean, and it wasn't just like a, "Hey kids, here's your winning video." No, he like just went all out with it and gave him encouragement. He sang the "You're Welcome" a part of "Your Welcome" song. It was, oh, I loved it so
Fantastic.
much. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just wanted to share the good. I mean, I think that it's important to share the good news, and that to me is a really good news story. I love it.
And he came from kind of I don't know he had a tough upbringing, but I don't think he was very the family was very well off. So maybe he's good about remembering, hey, it's a struggle, and I'm going to help out the youth of America or anybody as much as I can. So I think that's awesome. Seems like a good dude.
He is a good dude. I don't like this whole story about science says watching sports is good for your mental health. Did you read that, Kurt? Can you tell me a little more about that?
Yeah, and I don't know why I don't like the story, but I will share it with you.
Just because I don't watch sports, but it's supposed to make your brain better. So now I have to watch sports if I want a better brain.
Says the girl wearing the Kraken shirt. Researchers scanned
I'm a
people's
poser.
brains researchers scanned people's brains while they watched various sports, and they found that it activated
Gray
what they
matter, right? Or something.
reward circuits in their brain, which are linked to feelings of pleasure and happiness. I guess these reward circuits. I suppose it's like if I do something good, I'm going to get a treat or something. I'm not sure, but they also found that people that regularly watch a lot of sports have more. Here's the gray matter you're talking
Okay,
about.
I knew there
People
was
that
something with
watch a
that.
lot of sports have more gray matter in those areas, which suggests that might even change your brain structure over time.
For the good.
The quote is, for those seeking to enhance their overall well-being, regularly watching sports can serve as an effective remedy. Hmm.
So if you have a bad brain and want a better one, watch sports.
Yeah, the remedy for your bad brain. Well, of course, during hockey seasons, I am overloading on sports during hockey season. And even now with the Stanley Cup finals going on, I am keeping an eye on what the other teams are doing. Even though we're not there this year, the Kraken will be back.
The
Kraken
Stanley
will be
Cup is
back.
right now.
The playoffs are happening right now, yeah.
Who do you hope wins?
I'm really kind of torn because I want the Kraken to win, and it looks like at this point that's not going to happen. But
I thought the Kraken wasn't even in it at all.
they're not. But a boy can dream.
Oh my God, Kurt. What the heck? Okay, we'll get into that another time as we get way closer to the Stanley Cup.
What we
Um,
had mentioned on Friday, and I love this idea you came up with. What are you bringing from your home state to share? Like, say you're going visiting somebody else in Florida or the Midwest or wherever, it doesn't matter. or maybe they're visiting here. What do you offer from your state to reflect your
Your
home
state.
state?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
What do
said
you,
smoked salmon was a good one for us.
I think that's maybe the best one. I
But
mean,
that's
that's
a
the
good
first thing
one
came
for
to mind.
Alaska too, though.
Right. Oh, you're true. You're
But
true. You're
people,
right.
so I put it on Facebook, on my personal Facebook. I
That's
can't
the
remember
Jen
if I
Pirak page.
did I put it on the Curt and Jen? I thought I
I
did.
have your page up right now, so I think it
Maybe
might be on Kurt and Jen as
okay,
well.
hold on a second.
But
You say some of those that
well, we
people
did have a
said.
lot of people chime in that, and I think that these are all representative of our state. Kathy says Cougar Gold cheese, which if you've
Yes.
not had is delish. Of course, it's cheese. So
Even though I'm not a cougar because it's from Washington State University. I
I
do
knew you
like
would bring that up, but it's
I had
Cougar Gold
to.
cheese. It's
I'm a
delicious.
dog. I had to. It is
I
delicious. It
know,
is
no
delicious.
dog. Ooh. Huckleberry jam, syrup, or candy, says Dorothy, right?
Yep.
And then Jody, we actually have a couple of Jodys that chimed in on here. The first Jody says, well, if I want somebody to know what Washington State is all about, and I think this actually makes a better answer than the salmon, is Honeycrisp apples.
Well,
So,
and I think you could go with Cosmic Crisp apples too, because those were actually designed. I mean, they were
right.
like engineered.
Created. Yeah.
Engineered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Created. But that's,
Cosmo Crisp, Honey Crisp apples,
well,
apples in general. We're the apple state.
well, of course, we are the Apple State, and if there's if people that don't know anything about Washington certainly know, oh, that's where the apples are from. So you give them some good. In this case, Jody said some Honeycrisp apples.
Yep.
That first bite, you're going to say, "This is what Washington tastes
This
like."
is what we taste like.
Yeah,
Brittany also commented almond roca, which is a great one. They're in Tacoma,
sure.
Washington.
From Tacoma,
They're
right?
right there. They're a big factory. And then Jody, another Jody commented, said Apples and Cotlets in
Oh
Wenatchee. Is
yeah,
that even still in? Isn't it Wenatchee or Kashmir? Kashmir, maybe?
that sounds around that area,
I don't
Leavenworthy, right?
Yeah,
So
around that area in
right.
Washington. So
I mean,
those are good ones.
applets. I had not even heard of those prior to moving to the state in 2001.
Have
So
you tried
applets and
them?
cutlets. Oh yeah, they're fantastic.
Oh, see, I do not like. I did not like. I mean, I'm all
What?
about it. I want to support our any business in Washington State.
Right.
It's not one. I love
Applets
them.
and cutlets. So yeah, I mean that's a pretty thorough list. I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
Anything else you'd add?
The
Glassy
salmon was a
baby.
good one.
Hello, glassy
Oh,
baby.
of course. What
Why
am I
didn't
thinking?
anyone write that in?
No, because
They knew
well,
I would say it.
I think that's what it is. Glassy baby is your
I
thing.
love
It's
my
your
babies.
jam.
I love my
Your jam
babies.
way more than the huckleberry jam that Dorothy suggested.
I love some
Glassy
huckleberry
babies.
jam though. That's for sure. Huckleberry jam, syrup, or candy. Yeah. Um, this three movements, the three types of movements that your body needs each week.
Right.
And when I was like, oh, okay, I'm all about bettering myself, the types of movements actually surprised me because I'm just gonna go through them and then I can describe them.
All right.
There's everyday movement, athletic movement, and then social movement. So if I only do one of those every day, you know which one it is.
It's going to be social movement.
Right, right. So
But does it matter because that counts towards it? That counts. That's one of the three.
that is one of the three, but you're supposed to do all three of them every day, some
Okay,
form of
so
all
we
three of them. So the everyday movement includes things like walking, stretching, bending, doing that stuff that's the first step to what you should be
right.
doing,
Well,
which I guess
there's
we
like
kind of do, but not intentionally. Like it's just like I have to walk to the kitchen to get something in the fridge. So
yeah, or have to get up off the couch. Right. That's
I got to bend over and tie my shoes so I can go outside. So I guess in a little way, I'm doing everyday movement. Athletic movement is where I struggle. This
okay.
means like true cardio and weight training. But oh, okay, I messed up. Not every day. This is at least a few times a week. And you're
Okay.
supposed to vary what you do. Okay, so maybe I can handle this.
I
I
think
just got to
so. And
do it
that's
a
something
couple
that,
days a week. Okay.
I've never been great at just because, well, you know what? I used to play when it was a thing, used to play racquetball a couple times. And I think the hard part for me is if I don't enjoy whatever the athletic movement is, I'm not going to do it.
That's
So
true.
yeah, and that's on me to, because as you've seen, we have all this stuff. We have the
All the
Peloton.
things.
Yeah, we have the Peloton bike, we have the Peloton shred, we have the
Show off.
mirror. thing. Yeah, sorry. Well, I'm not trying to show off. You know what showing off would be is if I actually use them
That's
instead
true.
of, Dana uses it a lot. I'm not so much. I
The
need to work on
social
that just like you.
the social movement, I actually didn't read the description before I said I did it every day because I thought social movement was like, oh, let's go out with friends and this is my social
I thought
movement.
social movement was moving your thumb on social media to post something.
No, it's not. It means things that involve other people. So it's things like golf, dancing, pickleball, whatever it is, you just have to make sure that you enjoy it or you won't,
Uh-huh.
and it's like you said, you won't make it a habit if you don't love it. So just find something you love doing with other people
Mm.
that's in an athletic moving your body form, not
Well,
going out to have a beverage together.
right. That social movement is different. Do you like golf?
I don't know if I like golf. I know I don't like
Okay.
watching it because it
Well,
looks
it's more fun to
boring. I
participate. I was just
think
thinking
that
of things that we could do because
pickleball,
the pickleball is taken
pickleball.
care of if we ever find ourselves in the same place at the same time to play
Yeah,
pickleball.
I'm all about the pickleball.
Let's just keep the rackets in our vehicles at all times, and then maybe sometime we actually bump into each other at Safeway. Like, okay, we're playing right now in the parking lot. We've got our pickleball ready to go.
Curt, I already do that. I already keep it with me. In fact, I have it with me right now
Really?
in case Pat and I want to go out and play. Yeah.
An emergency pickleball game breaks out.
Well, just you just never know when you're gonna have the urge to play some pickleball and have the
I
time, then I want to go.
I agree, and that's a lot like racquetball, kind of. And then I think we got to do it, and that's me saying I've been remiss from getting started with our pickleballing.
I'm ready.
Pickleballing.
You and Dana, come on, bring it on.
All right. What's
Resume
this
hack.
hack that you have for your resume? Since a lot of people are in this position of looking for work, what's the resume hack?
Okay. And I actually just met with an HR, a human resources person that we used to work
Hmm.
with to help me with my resume because I haven't
Okay.
had to do a resume in many, many, many years. This woman on TikTok, because that's where I get my information.
Sure.
There's going to be a side note here at the end. Remind me what TikTok thing I tried and it actually worked. Okay.
Okay.
Separate than all this. All right. Because AI is the one that kind of like goes through the resumes and picks up the keywords from the job description
Right.
and then your resume and makes the match and then feeds it to the people that are hiring.
Okay.
Basically puts you to the top of the list. You're supposed to copy the job description, make it in the smallest font that you possibly can, and add it onto your resume, and then turn the color of the font white so you can't even see it, but the words are still there and AI will pick it up.
Oh, it's like that. So that's like the keywords, but it's invisible to everybody but AI.
Right. Right.
Hmm.
But if the HR people hear this, they're probably just going to highlight everything on the resume and make sure it's all in black font, and then you're
You're
busted.
right. They say, "Oh, I see what you did there, Jen Pirak, you
But
little
isn't
cheat."
that's kind of brilliant, really?
Yeah, I agree.
Because you make it
Yeah.
like in a 5 font and just it's gonna be white space at the end of your resume.
That is funny though when you said that it probably is true that the HR people or whoever's hiring is like, I'm just going to highlight everything and make it black. Oh,
Oh, don't
keywords.
what? The job
Yeah, but
description is on here?
that's a good idea. And for myself, I haven't even I've not updated my resume like you said in a long, long time. And if it's been 5 or 10 years and you're looking for work, the rules have changed. Or I
Yeah,
mean, I can remember when they're like, okay, if, applying for jobs in radio, it's like, you know what, you send it in a pizza box, that'll get their attention, or send it along with a sandwich or something like that. There was little
yeah,
kitschy
tricks.
things that probably didn't work with at all. But
Well, now you don't
now
even
it's
you
all
have
about
to submit them on their website,
yeah.
and here's something I didn't know that the HR gal told me. Stephanie, it was Stephanie, I met with Stephanie over
Mm,
from Sinclair, she was awesome.
okay.
I don't know if she wanted me to mention her name, but I just did.
Right.
She said that every resume that you submit should be different. It should match the exact job description, not match the exact, but basically you need to customize your resume for every job you're applying for.
I had heard that as well. So, I mean,
I did it.
well, the customization is not going to be, it's not going to be vastly different, but maybe you do change some of the words. If you like, say since you were the director of fun and games, if you were looking for a marketing or a promotions director job, you might have those buzzwords in there, whatever the case may be. And then if you're like me and you're trying to get a job at Jack in the Box, you try different buzzwords and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, chocolate shake.
Well, in the top of your resume should have some section, I'm forgetting what it's called now, but basically objectives or overview or
Hmm.
something that should actually say the job title that you're applying for on the resume.
Well, we'll find out if that. You're not going to try that hack, are you?
I don't know. There is
Yeah.
a job that's in Bothell that looks really good that I really want. I hope I get an interview for, but I
Well,
didn't. I'm
fantastic. Of
not gonna.
course, you're
I
going to get
don't
the
want to
interview.
release
You
that. I
always get
don't
the
know.
interview. And if you
It's
can get the interview, you can get the job, right?
Here's the
Right.
thing. It's about who you know, and that is truth. I don't know anyone
Well,
at General Electric's Vernova. I don't know
okay.
anybody.
Well, my weakness in that point, and we were very fortunate. We had, we worked for the same company, the same radio company for many, many years. I mean, I was there for 2 decades, and I thought, man, that's nobody lasts that long, and you were there for three.
Yeah,
So it's a little bit. It can be a little bit scary, I guess, the idea of having to look for work again,
yeah.
and the who you know thing. It's like a lot of people in radio network. Well, any job, you just network. You get to know other uh, personalities, other program directors, other general managers. You keep in touch with them.
Got a network.
I
Yep.
didn't do any of that. I was not. I mean, I've got plenty of friends in the business, but I did not really. I don't know. I guess I always thought, and this is foolish, but I always figured, well, I'm here to do the job for these people, and I like who I'm working for, so I'm just gonna, I guess in the back of my mind, it's like if I'm networking, that makes the appearance that I'm trying to move on or go someplace else, and so here
No.
I am with no network.
And take advantage of your network. That's the other thing that I've been learning is LinkedIn is key if you're trying to
Hmm.
find a job and find out who, if you know anybody in the company that you're applying for, and reach out to them to see if they're willing to put in a like, a good word for you, so to speak. So there you have
Yes,
it.
everybody's willing to put in a good word for you, Jen. I need to find some people that I can pay to put in a good word for me. No,
Well,
you didn't disagree.
no,
How about How about the things that make people more attractive? And this may not be what you're thinking, because maybe you're thinking, my nighttime routine, for instance. No, that doesn't seem to be working. But I like that these things that make people more attractive, and they're not so much features as how you treat people.
I was talking to Pat, my boyfriend, hot firefighter boyfriend Pat last night. I asked him that question. I said, "What makes people more attractive to you?" And he listed many of the things on this list just from the
Hmm.
top of his head, having not read the story.
Right.
And of course, it starts with physical attraction. It almost has to, especially in this day and age, because you're swiping, right? So you have to find
Yes.
something, unless I don't believe that many people actually take the time to read the whole profile. Hopefully they do,
Right.
but
And, and
you
and that first, like you said, that first physical attraction is important. However, I'm finding that uh there's a lot of people that are, you go to anywhere, you look around, just like there's a lot of attractive people there. It's not like it's, 1 in 100 people that you find attractive, unless you're super, super picky.
yeah, but then it comes down to when you meet them and how they are.
Right.
So I'm gonna run through some of these, and you have that. I gave you that list too. You
Yep.
ready? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
The ability to be silly or have fun with a dumb joke. That kind of
Absolutely.
goes with sense of humor, right? I feel like
Totally. You got to have a good sense of humor, but just be
yeah,
lighthearted, and yeah, a dumb
yes.
joke in particular, because that's all the only ones that I tell.
People love to laugh, and if you're yeah, it's just yeah, if you can't laugh and have fun about yourself and fun with each other, then forget about it. They don't have to enjoy all of your favorite movies and music, but they should like your hobbies and your favorites. They should take those seriously.
That is important. Dana and I musically are we're not worlds apart. We have a mutual love for Tom Petty and Jimmy Buffett and Tom Waits and some others, but for the most part, but that difference, I think, is actually that's not a bad thing. It's okay to have, like you said, different interest in some of your movies
But
or
be
music.
it but have some kind of interest in what they're super interested and passionate
Yep.
about. Can you do that? Be polite and friendly, especially to people in public and workers. Yeah. If
We're
someone's
always
bad,
talking about that. It seems like
yeah,
it's like a lost talent or trait or whatever. It's like, just why not be polite and friendly, and
that's a line in the
it's
sand
easy.
for me. That was a line in the sand for me for sure. Showing empathy, making
Hmm.
eye contact.
Hmm.
Um, what else is on the list? There's
I like putting the needs of others before their own, and you can't always do
yes.
that. But yeah, just particularly the people that you're close, family and friends, the people that you love, it's like, yeah, just, I mean, why not put the needs of others before your own, at least every now and again?
Yeah. They lost me at this. They enjoy reading books. I'm like, well, crap. I don't love reading, but I do listen to audio. And that was the whole point of this one, is that just that you love learning new things, that you're not opposed to learning new things, trying new things, because you never
Hmm.
know what will come of it. And doing the right thing, even when no one's looking, even if it makes you look bad, you're
And that's
doing the
just good.
right thing.
Yeah, that's just good character. It's like, yeah, could I get away with this? Sure. Am I going to? No, because it's not the right thing to do. So doing the right thing, very, very important. Decent people, this was what somebody said. Decent people will only do what's expected, but good people will go the extra mile and do the right thing, even when no one's watching, like you said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The ability to adapt to any situation and not allow adversity to get to them. Being able to pivot. Pat and I talk about this all the time. Like, we are pretty good pivoters together. If something is not going as planned, we're
Hmm.
pretty quick to pivot, which is great. And then one of the last things, and I want to see if there's anything you want to add to this list. Um, they're friends with their exes.
Mm.
Somebody added to this list that if you're friends with your exes, that's attractive. So, and I think that for some people that can go either way, right? If you're friends with your exes, I don't want any part of, like, that's your
Right.
past. But
Well,
like
if
for
you
me,
have,
I have to, not that I have to be, but Dwayne, who is my ex-husband, but the child or the father to my two children.
mhm.
I mean, I think that that says something that you can get along with.
A lot of people face that too. Like you said, if you get to, I don't know how many people that are watching or listening are in their early 20s, but once you get to the point where you are married, well, you're not looking while you are married, but you've been married and whatnot. Yeah, you got to anticipate that if you're trying to date in your 30s or 40s, then probably certainly there's going to be some exes involved, and maybe kids as well. In fact, one relationship that I had before I moved here, we split up on good terms, and we had shared custody of the dogs,
Oh yeah.
and then when the new girlfriend came along, she's like, I don't know about this. Like, well, that's the way it is. And that should have been a red flag right there. But yeah, so you get shared custody is important. And so I agree with that. And I like the last line, at least don't talk crap about them all the time.
I mean, that's character right there too, I think.
Hmm.
Talking smack about people. Um, that was a lot of information today. I thought it was all good stuff.
It was all good stuff too. Hopefully that'll help with people that are dating now, or I mean, it's so many people. Because who mentioned this? Was it you? It probably was at some point, but I've been reading, I've been scrolling. How about that?
Yeah.
And landing on stories about how one of the biggest issues right now with they said Americans, but I think humans in general is loneliness.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
becoming a big, big deal. And it probably always was, but it seems like it's getting a little more attention now, which is fantastic. So
We're here to keep you
that's
company.
mm-hmm.
We're here to
We
keep you
try to, at
company.
least
Curt and
for
Jen here to keep you
20 to 30
company.
minutes a day.
Yeah.
And
Longer today, a little longer today.
that's
Uh,
fine.
Curt and I got in a little bit of an argument about this, which we are going to go into further depth tomorrow, and that is
Hmm.
bringing your phone into the bathroom. I think you
So
might
how
be
about you?
surprised on who's where on this issue.
Well, change the word argument to discussion, because it wasn't an
Okay.
argument.
Well,
I mean,
I was a little bit like, Kurt
heated.
Cruz.
Yeah. How could you say that? But we're good enough friends. That's actually part of the fun of doing the show with you, Jen, is there's a very sibling like needling, I guess you would say, to a lot of what we do. And on this one in particular, we were very black and white on this, bringing your phone to the bathroom.
Yes.
All
So
right.
tomorrow I'll be back in the Mill Creek area of Washington, Kurt, in your neighborhood. So we'll be in person together tomorrow. So that will be
It's true.
fun. And we're
To talk about
excited to
phones
see
in
you
the
tomorrow.
bathroom.
And seriously, thank you for letting us be part of your world just for a little bit of your day. We appreciate that. And if you can like us or subscribe or love us or share us, anything helps spread the word.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, make good choices, find joy, spread kindness, and thank you for listening.
Thank you.